afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender over the fatherland of Hitler 1v1 all. You guessed it, it is the road to Tunis. In the west stands Luvnest, fighting for the Wehrmacht of Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 21st Panzer Division, in the east stands Calyon, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the 3rd Infantry Division. We got a Kettenkrad Grenadier start here for Luvnest versus a Jeep start here from Calyon, utilizing armor here to race it out even faster and immediately get a veteran to 1. Bit of an oversight there, obviously, with armor battle group, which I imagine will get fixed in the near future. So, all the way, the Kettenkrad grab points here. We've, of course, got the Jeep rushing out to grab points as well here. Grenadiers around there for Luvnest. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters who helps keep the Propagandacast running with a generous contribution. So, big round of applause to those. Clap, clap. So, Jeep heading northwards here. Scouts moving forwards as well here. Riflemen following up there for Calyon. Grenadiers moving on the center here. Steady approach. Otherwise, we also got an immediate choice of mechanized here from Luvnest. Featuring, of course, the 8 Stück assault groups, the Panther, fuel seizures, spotting scopes, mechanized assault, steering artillery barrage, the Starstorm assault package, and of course the Vesper, amongst other things. Second Grenadier squad here for Luvnest. Grenadiers staying around the center, very good. Rifle squad advancing as well here for freedom and democracy. Both racing for the building here. Who will make it first? Will it be the Grenadiers or the Riflemen? Whoever gets in first does have a significant tactical advantage. It's the Grenadiers here who manage to get in there and bolt the doors, preventing the Americans from getting in, no matter how politely they knock. Second Grenadier squad arriving here for Luvnest. Probably going to move to assist here by setting up positions around that wall and firing out to the Rifle squad, then exposed here in a crossfire to the building Grenadiers. No, he moves northwards, thinking this is fun enough. Up north here, Kettenkrad here, spotted by the Jeep. Bad situation here for Luvnest, Kettenkrad. Jeep sets about then a hard pursuit. He needs to move up the Grenadiers, I think, to cover the treaty of the Kettenkrad. Well, there's a good chance he ends up losing it. No, Luvnest is not taking a Grenadiers assist here. Kettenkrad still being pursued by the Jeep, who easily matches the speed of the Kettenkrad, of course, doing damage. And with that, Luvnest Kettenkrad is dead. This is one of the reasons why I just don't bother with Kettenkrads, personally, because while they do capture territory fast, there's so many things that just easily kill them, and your response to it is just have them die, which just isn't worth 160 manpower in my experience in the early game. So that's just sort of shows my little opinion there. Like, I want to like the Kettenkrad, but it's just, it dies too easily. Routes going north for 2 Grenadiers popping in and out. Got 3 Grenadier squads here so far for Luvnest versus Calyon. He has 2 Rifle squads in the field at the moment, the Scouts and the Jeep. So technically Luvnest does enjoy being an infantry advantage, but I don't think Luvnest is quite focusing on that at the moment, partly because his fuel point outside his base also just got rid of neutral by the Jeep. So, bit of a rough start here for Luvnest. Counting there, busy throwing wrenches into his works here. MD40 falling out for Luvnest and the German army. It's a 21st Panzer Division using himself to assist there. North Grenadiers on their own. Rifle squad going for the kill here on the right Grenadiers here. Backed up by the Jeep, of course, which is steadily moving towards Veterans 2. Machine and give it almost down here for Luvnest. Calyon there's got a fresh Rifle squad up, so now he has 3 squads of Rifle squad meant to match the 3 Grenadier squads here for Luvnest. Of course, now there's the MD42. Grenadiers routed. Southie, Pioneers with Grenadier support here are overwhelming the Riflemen here, slowly but steadily. Calyon will be forced to withdraw here from the south. A small tactical win there for Luvnest. But up north, the situation is spiraling out of control here. It's just more troops are pouring in. And Luvnest just doesn't have enough forces to really stop this at the moment. His machine gun, they got sent southwards, but now, of course, it's needed badly in the north. Scouts occupying here. Rather hectic stuff here. Grenadiers routed, heavily damaged, and with several losses here. Jeep pushing in again here, going to go for that fuel point once more. No mercy here from Calyon. None whatsoever. Machine gun there, being assailed by the rascal on the flank here. Scouts also in trouble. Troops being rushed out here. Luvnest base versus Calyon. We also got the Panzer Grenadier Company being set up. Machine gun then caught in a really bad spot. No retreat. Scouts just occupying here. Even got flares. Messy situation for Luvnest at the early moments of the game. And Calyon is just not letting up. Rifle squad there pushing on the Grenadiers, and Luvnest has no other measure to really but to retreat here. More troops pushing forwards. Panzergrenadier Company halfway done here. As for Calyon, we got the infantry support centre, I think, going up here. Yes, indeed, very much part and parcel of these kind of builds at the moment, I find. Since you just get the free captain as an additional infantry to help push for more map control here. So that's going to only add to the pressure of Luvnest right now. Versus Calyon going straight for the car punter machine gun this time around. Is ready for it. Halting here, Calyon in his steps. And forcing him off. Up north here, skirmishing continues between the Grenadiers and the Jeep here, which just continues to be an absolutely annoying investment here from Calyon that is really frustrating at Luvnest, I imagine, a lot. Panzergrenadier Company up here, some fast Panzergrenadiers could be an option. Theoretically, you could also try and rush out the Stummel, but I don't think that's going to do much good. Almost had the Jeep here by the side of the Pantherfaust, but the Jeep was able to race out of range here just in time. Machining gewehr setting up in the south. Smoke deployed here rapidly by Calyon, but not before the Rav Squad is suppressed. More troops setting in here. Guessing Panzergrenadier there for Luvnest would certainly help him out a bunch versus these raw riflemen so far with no BARs yet. And there you go, Panzergrenadier for Luvnest and the 21st Panzer Division moving into the position in the smoke. Luvnest has to reposition troops here, losing the southern viewpoint now. Up in the center here, another push here by Calyon. There you go, got the captain with the Browning LMG. Panzergrenadiers halfway done. Fighting continues to be pretty fierce here. Rav Squad routed, low on health. But interesting enough, not in numbers. Quite lucky there for Calyon. Oh, actually, they did lose one guy there. Scout pushed off the southern field point. Pioneers with Flammenwerfers here flanking around here. Calyon in the center. Could occupy the building, turn things around him. Panzergrenadier pushing out here. Meanwhile, as for Calyon, we got the motor pull up with a Greyhound on the way here. That's going to be another challenge for Luvnest, as he currently doesn't exactly have a lot of hard counters here to a Greyhound. And certainly the Wehrmacht continue to struggle quite a bit with fast, light vehicles. So this is going to be a hell of a headache here for Luvnest. He's going to have to go for a Pack 40 minimum to sort of help deal with the Greyhound, and then I'll try and push out a Stug as fast as possible. And there you go, I made Greyhound out here. Adding the 50 cal for added anti-infantry firepower. Very good. Could he go for the raid package? He could also try and push for an Achrad here versus Calyon. That could be sort of a decent option here for Luvnest. Well, of course, not directly good versus the Greyhound. It could help put pressure on Calyon's infantry. Certainly would help out Luvnest a lot. Could also maybe hunt down that Jeep and finish off. There you go, Pack 40. But again, he could also just for now cancel it, go for the raid package in the Achrad. But again, Greyhound would counter it, so he has to go for the Pack 40. We got mines here in this, around the center from Luvnest. Not a bad idea. If you can catch the Jeep or the Greyhound with that, that would do Luvnest a lot of good. Meanwhile, Calyon just keeps up the offensive, keeps up the attacks here, pressuring Luvnest here and there. Greyhound there already with 2 kills. Panzergrenadiers need to retreat before they get wiped. Not take the Greyhound lightly, and there you go. Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Ready here for Luvnest. And the 21st Panzer is about to get wiped out. He needs to retreat now. Keep covering the center. Mines on the carve point. Not a bad idea at all. Gonna stay close to being wiped out here. Yup, he should have retreated soon, I think. Greyhound is fairly good at wiping retreating units. Or perhaps it's not a wipe here. Very fortunate for Luvnest, in particular since right now I do believe he actually has parity there with Calyon in terms of infantry, though of course one of Calyon's infantry squads is a captain. Then again, most of Luvnest's infantry is Grenadiers. Dodges the mines here. And narrowly escapes with the Greyhound up north here. We got the Grenadiers being attacked here by the Rav Squad and the Scouts. On their own, they are a bit outgunned, to put it gently. EP also attacked out as well by the Pack 40, but once more, Calyon escapes the wrath of Luvnest and the German army. Hectic fighting across the entire front line between these two players. Up north, Rav Squad closing in with port on them, and Luvnest just very wisely pulls out the Grenadiers before they get murdered. Could call in the Achrad now. Certainly, I think, be a very handy addition here versus Calyon. Could put a lot of pressure on the infantry for that matter, but interesting enough, Luvnest is not popping it. Perhaps there's a bit of hesitation. Perhaps he's just too preoccupied with managing so many parts of the front line right now versus Calyon. There's a large number of possibilities here that could be sort of like flashing through. All mines here. Artguard out there. The 232.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Rolling forward for that one. Last quart there, blast out in the open. We got the BLs up now here for Calyon. That causes an extra problem now here for Luvnest to have to deal with, since that is a significant upgrade. Ralph goes the MD-42 point blank. That's going to be a win for the MD-42 Armored Car pushing forwards. Calyon there taking some heavy beatings. So we got the Greyhound and the Jeep moving in as well here. No, just keeping them working together there. Pack going up to support here, but until then, the Artguard there is definitely outclassed by the Greyhound. You'd need a lot of Artguard to beat that one. Minesweepers out here for Calyon. Pretty much negates here for Luvnest mines. Smoke up north against the Grenadiers there. So Luvnest has plenty of munitions, so you could just keep laying down mines all over the place, and I think just eventually catch Calyon with some of them. Victory points wise, it's pretty closer between the two sides. Engineers being hammered here by the Artguard. Another question, of course, is, well, he's going to go for the Stug here. Very good. I also say he's going to go for another Artguard, or will he push for the Stug first? Like, 2 Artguards right now could perhaps give him something to work with. Meanwhile, Calyon's brought up mortars. Excellent addition here. Also very common because, you know, the MU-42 is typically one of the issues you have to deal with, and the mortars are very good, easy counter because it's part of the barracks. Also worth noting, grenades here. Grenades about to get wiped out here. Yep, too slow their retreat for Luvnest. That's a wipe here, unfortunately, for Luvnest. Great though for Calyon, who now enjoys the numerical squad number-wise advantage. Luvnest will definitely, I think, need some more infantry at some point. Goes for another MD-42 here. That is an option, but I think the mortar in particular makes that a bit more of a dangerous option here for Luvnest, honestly. I think just pushing for a fast Stug and then more Panzer Grenadiers would assist Luvnest more here versus Calyon. Meanwhile, Calyon just keeps up the pressure here. Again, using the Jeep on the sides to support infantry, whatnot. Grenades off here. Grenades taking some nasty damage. Second MD-42 ready here for Luvnest. Burning for some Yankees. In the south, he could all try and move up here. Threaten Calyon here from the south. That could be an option. More mortar fire off here. Up north, machine gun advances once more. Enforcing. Probably need to pull back those pioneers. They are low on health. Which versus a bunch of barred up riflemen with more BARs on the way is typically not what you want to be standing with your low health pioneers against. Up north, the armor car going for the mortar. Now, we got, of course, Calyon bringing in the anti-tank guns. Another component of this current strategy there with Americans and the armored battle group. You typically just go for a bunch of anti-tank guns and you still up for the EC8s. You know, very companies to like, as I do think the, you know, overbuff the anti-tank guns. While, of course, just leave them way too mobile, so that's going to, I think, have to be toned down. But up north, he can use the Artguard and the Jeep. Stug is slowed around now here for Luvnest. Hand of ours on the Greyhound. A lot of action still here in the south. We just got the Panzer with the machine gun, not doing too much here. Most of those deeply exposed, so is the anti-tank gun. Spotting scope's the choice here for Luvnest. He wants that extra line of sight. Not a bad idea. Personally, more a fan of fuel seizure. Bit of extra fuel, I find, can always do a lot of good. Big push in the center here. Grenadiers absolutely being smashed apart here as Calyon commits a sizable assault force for the center. They do have the machine gun up north here, providing covering fire. Panzers there. Ooh, could breach the building. Yes, they're going for it. They're going for it while under fire. There you go. Captain, they almost wiped out. Down to just one man. And in fact, he could get wiped out with the Panzers on the retreat here and the Grenadiers nearby. That would be a good kill there for Luvnest. Ah, no, he gets away. What rotten luck. And his machine gun, meanwhile, got wrecked up north. Double bad here for Luvnest. Jeep that gets away, maybe. Can he get it? No, it escapes. Oh, Greyhound there's almost dead as well here. Could he take that one out? Nope. That also gets away as well. Just so much luck here for Calyon. Jeep captain and the Greyhound, they all escaped with a small sliver of health. Imagine like all of those units had been lost. There have been a massive blow. He might still be able to pursue with the card and finish them off here. At least the Jeep, maybe the Greyhound, but no. Has to disengage here under cover of smoke. So yeah, that was one of those potentially big crucial moments here that just slipped through Luvnest's finger through no fault of his own, really. That's a real feels bad moment. Of course, still one machine gun left, but it only highlights a bit the danger of having too many machine guns. So there's just too many threats now. They can just easily clear them out. I think again, Luvnest would have been better served with some more infantry. Anti-tank cleared out here by Calyon's infantry up north, pushing through here. Anti-tank gun veterans who won. Ooh, bang grenade off it. Almost had them. And the punters there just been fired up at the building nearby. Need to retreat. The too low on health to really do much here. And the machine gun remains in the south. God, wait. He actually went for another machine gun? That's like 3 MD-42s here from Luvnest. I feel like that's a bit excessive, honestly. Like, he clearly wants to sort of try and stall out here versus Calyon, but I think just the mortar and to a degree the M8 there, I think just makes it too dangerous for Luvnest to stall out with machine guns. I feel like, again, more infantry right now, or just more Achtguards or Stugs would serve Luvnest a fair bit better than more machine guns. But Luvnest apparently does believe in the heavy machine gun teams here versus Calyon. Just means more targets for the mortar, I suppose. Sturmgeschütz also heavily damaged, need repairs. Calyon, or Luvnest, I mean, needs more pioneers. Achtguard heading north for secret pioneers to laying down mines, but that's not going to happen. Calyon's Greyhound's going to put an expert stop to that. Got the captain finally. That is a small one here for Luvnest. In the south here, Jeep, they're great business points. Got the Stug rushing in. Luvnest wants that Jeep kaput. But he gets away. Even we got the mortar firing away there. Oh, and he's using the delayed fuse there. Very potent ability, and again another argument for just not going for MG42 teams there then, because that one can really punish if you're not paying attention. Ralph score trapped in the center of the infantry range MG42, quickly hold it here. Panzers could try and rush through here with a quick mechanized assault sprint, but that building is also not looking quite safe. The Ralph squad moving forwards here. Could be looking at a breach here. Yup, he's breaching, I think. Yes, sir. Good old LA SWAT. And there we go, pushing the Panthers out in the open. He could then try and counter-breach. Or he could... No, it's too late now for a grenade, I think. He still goes for it. Count's going to dodge it. But he could have just, like, counter-breached, then that would have been a bit amusing. More today exposed to Calyon's forced withdraw here. Well, no power that Luvnest still maintaining fairly good map control despite everything else, but it is coming a bit of a cost here.
Command points that require use.
Achtguard at least fixed up, but the Stug is in need of repairs. Panzer's there, caught by the Greyhound. We also now got 2 anti-tank guns confirmed here for Calyon. Great for Calyon, significantly less great for Luvnest.
Territory lost.
Looks like he's sending that Pack 40 all the way down south to defend the southern point, back up the machine gun. That does mean he's got, like, you know, no easy support up north and around the center here, so I'm not entirely sure about this move, honestly. Stug pushing forwards. Ralph squad being hammered here by Grenadier fine machine gun fire from the Sturmgeschütz. Close veterans 1, smoke being deployed here quite liberally. So much action, and there's really just a few dull moments. There you go, got the Jeep. But he's almost lost the Stug, though. At least he's brought up more pioneers. The Ralph squad is also close to dying out. A lot of close calls now for Calyon, and some that got way too close. Pioneers up north there in a hot spot that we do have the outside supporting.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
300 points left here for Calyon. Luvnest continues his big 2-point lead and just does his best to maintain it. Stug, though, in intense into repairs there, heavily damaged. Veterans one would be ashamed to lose it here for Luvnest. Up north there we got the Achtguard versus the Greyhound, and we got here the EC8 out here for Calyon, Freedom and Democracy. Bunch of assault units riding along here, adding the 50 cal. Things are about to get tough here for Luvnest. He is not too far away, though, from the Panther. Meanwhile, Akkad there being pursued by the Greyhound. No support here. Again, the Stuke can't assist, and the Pank 40 is busy down south. Highlighting a bit of an issue here for Luvnest in his anti-tank gun positioning. And if the EC also moves up north as it is, this is going to look extra awkward there with the Pank 40. You're better off like keeping, I think, around here. It'd still be able to support around here, but could also quickly swing around to deal with here. So I feel like this positioning, I think, is a bit too limited in, like, you know, overall scope for Luvnest and what it can achieve. Picks up the ground here with the assault engineers. And to take them up towards the centre. Panzers left in the defensive. You got flares off. Very good work there, of course. Mortar immediately getting into action as well there. Close to actually too. And we got the EC8 now swinging into action. Adding some significant pressure here to Luvnest. But he's got like one command punch going to go for the EC8 here. Mortify there. Machine gun punch them in the assailed here in the centre. Need to treat everything. Ooh, lost the machine gun here. Great kill there for Calyon. Another blow. This Luvnest as another machine gun ends up doing very little. Punch because they're achieving actually too with a significant bomb grenade. Stuke forward for getting hit up with the anti-tank guns. Never mind the EC8. But he's super close and the machine gun gets absolutely wrecked. No chance of Luvnest getting it back now. Stuke taking another nasty hit. Need to pull it back here. And I think Calyon's going to send some 2D to try and finish off the Stuke here. And again, the Pack 40 still down south. The EC8's up north, but he's so obsessed. I think he just forgot about the Pack, honestly, more than anything. Seek and destroy here from Calyon, increasing the rate of fire mobility. Stuke's almost down. He's almost got the Panther as well. But yeah, it's not going to save the Stuke. He will be able to avenge the Stuke, perhaps, with the Panther, which now arrives here. But he will not be able to save the Stuke, unfortunately. Great kill here for Calyon. Of course, we even got smoke from the nearby scout squad to ensure the Panther cannot easily pursue. Finish it off here. Extra awkward news there for Luvnest. Not that really wasn't necessary, I think. But Calyon clearly take no chances. So what will Luvnest do next? Will he try and hold out for another Panther? I mean, that is a valid option, honestly. He's almost got the fuel. I mean, he easily has the fuel. It's just manpower-wise. So, theoretically, like, if he pushes for another Panther now, Calyon could live in a tough spot there because the anti-tank guns can't easily deal with the frontal arm of the Panther. And, like, one EC8 versus 2 Panthers would also significantly benefit Luvnest. Oh, exposed to the rear armor. That's less good. It's actually bounced. That's pretty lucky there for Luvnest. Going for the EC in the south. We also got the Pack 40. Looks like the anti-tank gun may actually just pay off. Arguably a bit of cost here. And there you go. Got the EC8 here. Quite a blow there to Calyon. Great kill there for Luvnest, but we got smoke, we got anti-tank grenades and plenty being locked at the Panther here. But with the frontal armor towards the front, the enemy anti-tank guns, their chance of penetrating become very low. Of course, there's still the issue of all the snares. Pioneer's been grenaded, shot at, mortared, and murdered. Complete wipe here in Luvnest, even just with one Pioneer squad to fix his Panther. He's going to need more, that's for sure. And Luvnest actually committed to the Panzer Company. Probably thinking now that the EC8 is gone, he's going to like focus more like Panther Force and maybe Star Struggle. Panzer on the side here could maybe like try and rush up again using Mechanized Assault, but doesn't seem to be a big fan of it. More grenades on the Panther. Panther is just in retreating. Still got the ground out here though, but there's certainly a chance of Luvnest to pull through there, but I do think it's going to require more infantry to like really have a significant chance here.
We have territory out of supply.
But if he was to like push for us like an infantry advantage right now, he might have a shot. And another EC out here though for Calyon already. Freedom bus never stops.
We have lost control of a victory point. You have 3 command points at your
Fixing the
disposal.
Panther up.
The enemy has taken a victory point. Rapid response.
Got steering artillery, not a bad ability at all. Used correctly can really devastate, I think, Calyon. Like any other opponent you might have. Even if it's not Calyon.
The enemy holds all victory points.
A good push with this one could really put Calyon in some very unpleasant positions. South here gunning moving forwards. Panzers backing up here. Scouts moving up. Huns are going to be advancing here. No sprint still. But he's like close in here, and the rifles squad up close. I think on the upper hand, but there you go. Bangren instead. Geballte Ladung. Far up north, we got the E8 racing forwards. Almost got the Greyhound again. But once more, Calyon just escapes. The pack crew is in some pretty deep shots. He needs the Panther up here. I have to say, like, Luvnest really lost a fair amount, like, you know, important elements up north here, but just leaving them unsupported. Kettenkrad, Akrat, now the pack. Panther fast in the EC8 here. We got the anti-tankers ready. We got the assault units moving up. Grenadier squad about to get wiped out here. Yep, that's a Grenadier squad going down here. That northern road is really just bad news for Luvnest, isn't it? Good shot on the EC8 from that Panther. Another great shot here. Anti-tank and the utterly destroy the Americans. Yeah, we got him. It was an anti-tanker, but yeah, it's a German one. Oh, right. Veteran 3 Grenadiers and Veteran 2 Panther Grenadiers. Luvnest will need infantry. He's going for the Panther 4 first. That is pretty solid as well, but I think he's going to need to keep it close to the Panther at all times, but he really needs infantry. Greyhound E8 new repairs. Veteran 2 more to they just bombarded in the center, and he's close being wiped out. 302 to 11. I mean, Luvnest still maintains a fairly good victory point over Calyon. That's, I think, so far his major accomplishment. Panther 4 though is almost done. You could also go for the Starstorm Assault package, I suppose go for the Vesper. Smoke deployed here to cover an advance there, very good. Panzerkampfwagen for assisting. The 21st Panzer Division. E8 being fixed up. Greyhound very close to the east level. That's definitely been a significant thorn here in Luvnest's side in this entire match.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Panther advancing, Pelican machine gun ready. Soon. Catching the veteran 3 Ralph squad out in the open.
The enemy remains stubborn. We are down to 300 points.
Of course, gotta be mindful of the anti-tank guns, as unlike the Panther 4 can't easily bounce them. Go, bounced. Another bounce. The 80mm of sloped frontal armor on the Panther meant it could definitely deflect a lot of shots there. Assault up north wiped, another win here for Luvnest. Machine about to get flanked by the scouts. Of course, he needs to keep the frontal armor towards the anti-tank at all times, where they get shot through the side armor. It's a lot less impressive. You got Starstorm here for Luvnest. Oh my.
We are losing control of a sector.
Well, he's gonna maybe then have to consider some officer quarters upgrades so they can immediately get to Veterans 1. It would also benefit his Panther 4, but for the Starstorm, that would also unlock the shock assault ability much faster, which would be a significant help against all these infantry under Calyon's command. As for Calyon, I mean, he could maybe consider more infantry, but he could also just consider more EC8s at this stage. So that's 2 EC8s now with even more assault engineers. Top one hit there. Good disruptive play here by Calyon. Pioneers being ripped apart in the open. Got the Starstorm ready though. This is the MG42 and this is G43. And for North Africa, they're more likely equipped with the G41, which was the predecessor of the G43. They're significantly less reliable. Easy again, we sort of see Luvnest keep sort of like leaving his units deeply exposed up north and then easily hunted down, and now it's the Panther 4's turn here. It's a bit of like a repeated like mishap here for like Luvnest by the North Road, isn't it? No smoke from the Panther 4 either. I think that helped it maybe like survive a bit better. Got the Panther moving up. No hold down, at least to buy more time maybe either. So yeah, just knocked out here. Unfortunate for Luvnest, great for Calyon that Luvnest just kind of keeps throwing away stuff like that. Starts from the center there versus unit to heavy cover. Not great. So that was quite a blow here to Luvnest. An excellent kill there for Calyon. Anti-tank is ready there, opening up for the side armor there. Loads of special 2 though on that Panther. Yeah, Luvnest spot is looking a bit harsh here. He's going to need to fix up the Panther. I think he's also going to need to look into investing into some more infantry, obviously, some more Starstrup maybe, and again that officer quarters upgrade, though at this spot he might just be planning for another Panther, which, you know, makes sense too.
Vesper self-propelled artillery awaiting deployment.
Went for the Vesper, no Sturmgewehrs for the Starstruppen.
Panther reporting.
Fixing up the
Our adversary is
EC8s.
pushing back. We are down to 250 points.
Big 2-point gap is now decreasing here between Calyon and Luvnest. Calyon just keeps up the offensives, pushing for the south with the 2 squads of riflemen and the scouts. And he's being southwest there with limited support. Pick up the machine, they're not doing too much either. Starts to advance through the centre, though with a bit of limited vision there and support. Straight up pushing centre against the rifle squad, the Panzergrenadier. I think he needs to disengage with the Starstorm. Like, they're just being murdered here by Mortify and the Greyhound. That's just a waste of manpower here for him. But he's closing in on this Panther here. He is closing in. Good shot in the Greyhound. So close to the Panther number 2.
The enemy has taken
Luvnest pushing forwards here. Perhaps sensing an opportunity to take out the Greyhound. Perhaps it's just stress of it has just caught up with him. Narrowly dodges him out, but now they're still entertaining the side. He could call in here the Searing Artillery Barrage on the anti-tank guns. Do it, Luvnest. Do it. No. Oh, no. He really wants the Grand Deputy. Of course, I think to just overlook the threats in there. Go for that. Luvnest concedes. I think he actually had a shot here, though. Like, just a second Panther and the Searing Artillery Barrage around here. And I think he could have, like, delivered a rather significant blow here to Calyon. But either way, the GG game over. A pretty fierce bound full fight here. Several times, I feel like Luvnest was close, but just... Like, I think part of it was just going for all these machine guns that just really didn't, with that mortar about there, do Luvnest a lot of good. I think pulling for an infantry advantage would have helped him out a lot more, since those 2 machine guns had just been like, you know, Panzer Grenadiers. I think that might have given Luvnest like an actual advantage and edge here over Calyon. Instead, he just ended up losing so many machine guns without seeing much, or maybe just more Stugs. I think that could also like done him some good. Just like maybe more Astras. Like, there's so many things I think he could have gone for, rather than those 2 extra machine guns here versus an opponent which, just for that veteran's vulnerability, can effectively delete them. Plus, there's so many units left alongside this northern road here to get murdered. I think really wasn't, you know, the greatest move there by Luvnest either. So, there were some issues that sort of kept cropping up here, and Calyon was just, you know, very aggressively using what is, I think, by far considered most the efficient American strategy at the moment. The others, obviously, but this one is just very difficult to beat unless, like, you hit them back hard. And I think in this regard, Luvnest at times, I think, went too defensively against Calyon, which only just aided Calyon's strategy in comparison. So, well, I do expect some nerfs probably to riflemen, and I hope also the anti-tank guns. It's not unbeatable, but certainly with the kind of like strategy Luvnest was pursuing, it, I think, wasn't quite feasible. But even then, I still think like at the end there might have been a chance if he just waited for a second Panther, combined with the Searing Artillery Barrage and some Starstorm maybe. I think there'd been a real chance to deliver a crashing blow to Calyon. But anyway, GG, game over. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial News, cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.